she doesn't have
What
any. The John Cena has better, bigger boobs than Jonathan.
Why, yo? Bye. Yo, and they're just playing this music and not like us. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't heard not like this in so long, bro.
Oh, gracias.
Hold on! That... Okay, I was about to say the fights look good. But the... Okay, bro. Alright. Where did you get these videos from?
Oh my god.
Guys, here we go. We have... Oh my god! Yeah, that actually makes me lose brain cells. That actually makes me lose brain cells. I'm being so honest with you.
Mama, she threw her body cam. She threw her body cam on the ground.
Okay.
Why did you throw her body?
Fucking Ace Attorney timing.
Of this was 6 life sentences stacked.
Oh my gosh. Yo! Oh my god! Yeah, he's not surviving. He's not surviving this, bro. He's not. 762 years? Are we? Oh my god! No, it's. Nope. Oh no! I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. Too close for comfort. Way too close for comfort, bro. Way too close for comfort. Oh my gosh. No.
Rap concert in history and one of the deadliest in the United States. Right after the festival, Travis Scott responded.
I
on
swear. Yo.
Rap concert in history and one of the deadliest in the United States.
Feeling flashbacks. Oh, okay, W snipe. Any more levels I have to complete down here? I swear there were. I actually swear there were. This is a grave. So. Secret exit in this. No! No free time? Wondering who had come to visit, I opened the door and someone forced their way in. Yes! I was waiting for this day for so long. Oh my god! No! We got it. Lights out. I love going out on my apartment balcony. Okay, but that's a little too much. That is a little too much, bro. I see that man. Oh! Did I just get scared of my own Roblox hand? No, actually. Oh my gosh. No.
Unfortunately,
What?
you did not reach
Bro,
the
at least you.
As a result, your employment
Oh my-
is hereby terminated.
Yo, how? What? What? Okay, yo, I didn't even shoot that. I didn't even shoot that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not even shoot that. I did not shoot that at all. That was a very unlucky shot, bro. That was very, extremely unlucky. No, like 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7.
You wanna do this? You wanna... Ow!
Oh my god, yeah, that actually makes me lose brain cells. That actually makes me lose brain cells. I'm being so honest with you.
She threw her body cam. She threw her body cam on the ground.
Okay. Yo, I'm gonna be on. Wait, oh my god, why is my door still open? Why is my door still? Yo, I was just watching the clips for like the past 5 minutes, but I didn't even focus on anything, bro. So ignorant. Are you serious? I was watching my clips. I was actually watching clips, bro. Wait, hold up. Can I full screen this? I cannot full screen it. Tell me why. Why did I even feel like this? How? Like, I was preparing to jump off, then I fell in. Literally, look at my face, bro. That was the worst fail of all time. I'm gonna be honest with you. But anyway, yeah, you know what the drill is. 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 You know what the drill is, bro. Danganronpa, day 12. We have 20 hours on the game, so basically we're in the final stretch. I actually like the game. That's why I bought Danganronpa 2, knowing I'll like it. So yeah, we do have Danganronpa 1 and 2. But after we finish Danganronpa, of course we're gonna move on to Danganronpa 2, because why would I just play Danganronpa 1 and just buy Danganronpa 2 for nothing? Like, gang. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and boot up Danganronpa right now. Yo, it feels so empty in the game too. There's only a few people left, and that's what sucks. And I remembered when I used to call Makoto Makoto, bro. I remember that. Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, we're back. Alright, let's go. Go. So where? Right here. What are the extras? Movie gallery. School store. I didn't know there were extras like this. What the heck? Huh. Extras, options, okay. Okay, let's go. So what was I gonna do? So it's daytime. Wait, so... Oh yeah, okay, we were taking Alter Ego to the secret room on the 2nd floor. So, I got like a new... Wait, hold up. Let me just turn the volume down a little. So, someone in chat taught me this new, thing. So I could just go to map. I could teleport anywhere I want. Like, dormitory 1st floor. Hope's Peak 2nd floor. I could go to the bathroom. Boys' bathroom. There we go. That goes to the boys' bathroom. Hey, Makoto.
Why?
Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go. And to make sure you don't run off, I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful. I thought I'd made her mad again
Just a
somehow.
second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go. Guess who's here, bro? Okay.
So then,
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. Okay. So it was like in the back here. And then that's the secret room. Okay. Okay, first you have to find the network cable. Where would the net... I feel like it would be... over here. Wait, no. feel like it would be somewhere. Wait. A network cable. What do network cables look like? Like, honestly, bro. Oh, okay. Under here. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Found it. This is a network cable, right? Now we just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet port with the cable. And that should do it. Okay. We got Alter Ego. Yeah, I think it worked. Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can call for help. So please just wait a little while longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. I said pull your faith in me, bro. Are you serious? As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us as friends. Friends, even me. Thank you. Thank you, Makoto. Oh my gosh. How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the documents were gone, just like I told you. My reply was an intentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
Goodbye.
Oh, that reminds me. That reminds me of yesterday, bro. That reminds me of yesterday. Yeah, she just walked off without saying anything, bro. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore. That much was for sure. Kyoko. Yes? So we're just gonna split up. Of course, I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct? Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I want to talk to you about. Like, what are you gonna do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However,
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. Then what should we...
so,
If we could find some new clue, then that would likely change the situation. That's all we can hope for right now. Which is why Alter Ego.
correct.
All we can do is wait and believe in our friends. You're right. That's our only option. We parted ways and I headed back to my room. Okay, I thought it was gonna be free time today, bro. Maybe it was because of that stress from moving Alter Ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all, you fell asleep. I had completely dozed off. The doorbell. Huh? Again? The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Who is at the door? Who could possibly be at the door?
Makoto.
Makoto, get out here. Kyoko, what's going on? Hina just came to see... What could have possibly happened, bro? It's always something, too, when you least expect it. Hina just came to see me and she was as white as a ghost. It sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. Okay, let's hurry. Oh. We're here? Makoto, Kyoko. Something's not right in the rec room. What's inside? There's a window on the rec room door and I hurried to look inside, and when I did... Sakura? What is he doing? Oh! Oh!
Hey.
What's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room, but the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
I'm going to force our way in. I just said,
Wrong.
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. On the why?
It
Just like the door's pressing up against something inside the room. I'm gonna be honest. Since there's no blood involved, I predict it's gonna be the poison that probably killed. I don't even know if Sakura's dead. I'm not gonna be honest, bro.
In other words,
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in. Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. How did she get... Oh, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, she's an athlete, but I can't even blame her. I found a broom in the classroom. Use it.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please.
Come on, please hurry. Okay, you two stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I struck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair is pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura. I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her... What? What? No! Okay. Sakura's dead? I could feel only the last lingering warmth of the living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then... No way. Okay, the body discovery and so I'm gonna be honest, bro.
A body has been discovered.
No
After
way.
a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like.
How are we gonna get through this trial? How are we gonna get through the 4th trial, bro? First, second, and third were easy, but with poison, how does this happen? Okay, we're gonna have to find a way to get through this, I'm gonna be honest, huh?
Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I can only look on. At Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the room, and I... Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's... Why did I say explain? I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Oh my gosh. Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered. And by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say? No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room. It was one of you, Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. One of you killed Sakura. Oh, yeah. Oh! Since we have less students, we can narrow it down. That's the thing. You're accusing us before we even begun the investigation? I mean, she did that with, Yasuhiro. She did that with Yasuhiro. I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it. You know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer? That's right, it's the next Monokuma file. Don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, hold on. There's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura. Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things for me. Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with a little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that. I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I don't know who it was, but whoever the black in is this time, I owe you one. You are? Yeah, are you serious? Before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because I mean, your lives are all on the line, right? Oh my. So someone did it. Someone did it. I thought it was suicide. I thought it was suicide, bro. What the hell? He owed someone. I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway.
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. And let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina, I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina's guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. Order? Fine, I'll stay behind. Let's settle. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say. Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What? One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her. Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise? I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. Come out with another... Come on! Yo, Toko gotta shut up, bro. Toko gotta shut up. And you here, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care? That's decided. Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But...
Hey.
We have to find out who killed Sakura. For those of us still alive and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura, it's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Yo! Alright, investigation time. Investigation time, let's go! I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death was estimated to be around 12 noon. Well, I'm gonna be honest. Has there ever been a death that late in the day? Because... Sayaka was 1:30 a.m. Wait, yeah, Sayaka was 1:30 a.m. Who got killed in the second chapter? I forgot. It was Chihiro. Yeah, it was Chihiro. Chihiro got killed late at night, too. Celeste... Wait, Hifumi killed Taka early in the morning. And Celeste killed Hifumi early in the morning as well. Wait, no, that's not true, Celeste killed Hifumi when everyone was up, so that was around noon, so like, I guess this is the second time this happened? The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Okay.
Hey.
I think the case time this might be a challenge. Why is that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right? In other words, it's a classic locker room murder. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever, but it could really happen in real life, and right before our very eyes like this.
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locker room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locker room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits the crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using of a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locker room already exists before the crime is committed.
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door or something like that.
However...
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. I think we could probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by
In
that?
other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend into with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a
In
locked
other
room.
words,
By that I mean, there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. Okay. Do you think we could cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the possibilities. So those are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which one of those four choices seems the most likely in this case?
it's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay. Oh, there's a lot. A locker? All the lockers open, and they're on the inside. It's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the
It's
dust.
true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding in here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locker room was open. Don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so that, what does handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the true, okay. Oh, blood? There's a blood stain in the front of the magazine's shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Okay. What the heck is this? Oh! Ah! There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So,
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of elements.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. So, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange, huh? What is? See what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath. Huh. Why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue, I'm not sure if I see how. Okay. Let's see. After I just check around, I'll talk to everyone. After that. There are shards of glass scattered around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections. Hold up! That looks like a poison bottle. I feel like that's a poison bottle, I'm gonna be honest with you. Huh, there's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Okay. What's this? This looks like some kind of wrapper. Oh, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Oh yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else can get their hands on them. You really? Oh my gosh. I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. By now, they've lost all their flavor. You know. Polka dot can't. Let's see. Is there an... Oh. What about the clock? Oh yeah, 1 o'clock? Okay. So an hour ago. So, what about over here? The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There was no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Okay, let's talk to her.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right? Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya or Toko or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know... Huh. After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura myself, and I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Is it possible to not have regrets? I know. Okay. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might have been good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. That's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go to see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. If you are finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the smash window. Oh, what the heck? I got a truth bullet? I thought I already interacted with that door. Are you serious? What the heck? Let's see. Okay, so we got the wrapper. I think there's more stuff. Yeah. Like this. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Oh, okay. And inside each bottle is some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words,
Just a Monokuma version of a Monokuma bottle, if you will. Okay. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottles are sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would be Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards... No. Because there's no blood. Wait. Actually? Huh. The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Sakura drew her last breath, saying slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head. Oh, yeah. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But, according to... Yeah, it vomited blood. Huh. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance. That's what I was thinking too. However, you guys have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died.
listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so for the most
So
part.
then,
I should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't
listen
leave.
to me.
Which is why I decided you'll go in my place. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had an issue. Which is right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Okay, now we can leave. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Alright, we're going to just go ahead and teleport though. Okay, Toko's room. Oh, I can't even teleport. Ah! I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds. Who's there? The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay. Well, what do you want?
You're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a
Hey,
good mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously no, Toko slid it out into the hall.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you want to talk to me about something. I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What, she wanted me to meet with Master. She wants to meet with Master too? I just said two did. Oh my gosh. I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay. There's a lot of accounts I gotta get for this, bro. Oh yeah, Junko's dead. Junko's been dead, bro. Yeah, yo, I'm not even gonna lie. There's only like a few people left and Sakura's gone now. So like, it feels so empty, bro. Celeste is gone. Oh, Sakura. Oh my gosh. Yo, now Sakura's gone. Are you see? Yeah, Chihiro's been gone. Toko's still here. Sayaka's been gone. I'm Makoto. Kyoko's still alive. Okay. Taka's gone. Mondo's gone. It's Byakuya's room. It has nothing to do with the kid. Wait, hold up. What is Byakuya? Junko's gone. Celeste is gone. Leon's been gone. Yasuhiro's still alive. Hifumi's gone. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh yeah, Hero. We have to talk to Yasuhiro. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds... What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just want to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Oga told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. Well, when did Sakura tell you that? Oh well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But she didn't write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura. No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. The last time I saw Oga was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Here it's feeling around in his pockets. Sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw Spick float onto the ground. Oh. This is suspicious. This is suspicious. Quick as a rain, Hero snatched it back again and shoved it back into his pocket. Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you excuse me. What the heck? Huh. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and here. What next? I definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that... Okay, so let's go to Chem Lab. Map. Let's go to the 4th floor. There we go. Wait, what the heck? I can't... Okay. Oh, here it is. Just as we got on the 4th floor, we see it. Okay, Byakuya is here. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Holy ego, bro. Hold up. Lights out. King Ace Attorney
The
timing.
result of this was 6 life sentences stacked.
Oh my gosh! Yo! Oh my god! Okay. Wait, no. Okay. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks. Wait, hold up. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. And more importantly, right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Footsteps? They're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With a separable smoke, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Let's go, chop, okay? So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me. So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came and went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what those footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. With how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. If you lay out the footprints, it looks like this. And when you look at the pattern, whoever left these behind went to the shelf to the left and that's it. They went straight there, did something on the left. That's according to the footprints anyway. The prints are really clear, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure out whose they are. Which means these footprints are a super valuable clue. There's a broken bottle in front of the shop. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, the room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
In other words...
That's right, it could have only been around the time of the incident. If that's really when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. So it's that. Okay. Oh, okay, we gotta check just all the shelves. Let's see, what's on the shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicine. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess this part of the shelving unit section A. But wait. There's only one bottle here labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it on here on accident? They were talking about poisons yesterday too, so on the shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals. I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
Well, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's
The
fine.
words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suit you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I can consider the part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. Alright, let's check C. On the shelf is one look and I could tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number, so I guess I could consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find more about this shelf. Before I find more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. So it was misplaced? So what was a bottle from poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Okay. Let's see. It's on the shelf. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, Chem C9. The shelf is reagents according to Byakuya. I guess you use them to do chemical experiments. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I could consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. Huh. Oh, okay, there's stuff down here too. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also remnants of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to be spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Okay. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Alright, let's go through. Rec room is... Oh no, this third floor's right here. Wait, why can't I go? He doesn't let me go, what the heck? Let's exit first. Okay. So, FN, F1. Oh, it lets me go now. Okay.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Choco and Hiro had told me. I see, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her, but it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Wait, so the Monokuma bottles. Over here on the side. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new.
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between... Wait, hold up. Let me see. Wait, I see a pattern. Is it like the shadow in the middle? Like in the side? Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Son! I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree.
Hey.
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? Hold up. But like, when this happens... Okay. An experiment.
Anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
Doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather a glass. Goodbye. Oh. She didn't even say goodbye, bro. She didn't even say goodbye. Come on. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then.
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words.
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're gonna use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected in one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. How do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of two normal Monokuma bottles. They're the same. It's balanced, which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the
So
weight.
then.
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be higher. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some at the end there. Okay, then let's give it a try. Heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In other words.
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
Hey.
And I believe you arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle, alright? Oh my gosh, what is going on? Okay, so now we can leave. Wait, hold on. I want to talk to Kyoko again.
In other words.
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together, and I believe you arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. Huh. The experiment showed that the pieces of glass on the floor were heavier than an intact Monokuma bottle. The bottles all have something in common. What the? I don't get it.
What the heck?
You already know. Oh my gosh.
Just a second.
Just staring off in the space isn't gonna help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perceptively used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to
It's
it.
true.
That's totally normal. And how can you?
So.
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What the heck?
Hey.
More importantly, look here. There's shoes. You can see that yellow powder on. Oh! Yeah, it really stands out. The powder is clue number 1.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head. Look
It's
carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's an incredibly difficult spot, so let me just explain. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but had received 2 blows to the head.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either
It's
one.
true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Okay. I can't believe she was able to learn all that by just looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Okay. Hold up. FN, F1, map. Oh, okay. So, oh. Yeah, it's still. Okay.
In other words,
The results of it. Okay, yeah. Just repeating the same dialogue. Okay. Something new, something new.
hey,
There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Huh. They all have different chess pieces. I don't know what the bottles have in common, and I don't understand the result of the experiment. Comparing the weight of the broken bottles pieces to a completely intact monochrome bottle. The broken pieces were clearly heavier. What does that mean?
so
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put all together. Okay.
indeed.
I'm so confused. Is Aoi just gonna... Yeah. Okay. Wait. Yeah, monochrome figure. Okay, let's check back at this. The protein bottle. There's some kind of plastic container.
So
A protein, yeah. Okay. I think we're finished here now. Now we gotta go downstairs. Wait, hold on. I can just teleport. I keep forgetting, bro. Hold on. So this is the first floor. It's the dormitory. Hold up, what the heck? There's a second floor to the dormitory? Wait, what? What am I? Hold on! This has been closed off! I just noticed that, bro. Okay. Yeah, I think we should go back to the rec room. I'm gonna be honest. Wait, how many truth bullets do we have so far? Oh, we have 20. Okay, so we just need a few more. We just need a few more, and then Clash Trials is gonna start. Yeah, let's go ahead and get back up to the rec room. Okay, so what do we have to check in here? I feel like I should press tab. So that's the blood. Then the chair. How about... Yeah, she's just gonna repeat. Okay. Let's see. What's the... Oh. Yo, she's just blaming people. Are you serious? Yeah, the shards of glass. Nothing back here. What about the... No. 1 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, the pool table has nothing to do with this, obviously. The security there's been a lot of security cameras anyway. There's something I have to do. What do the bottles have in common, bro?
So,
The results of our experiment, the correlation. Oh my gosh.
indeed.
Yo, I did it again. I did it again, bro. I did it again. Let's see. So there's something I have to do here. But I have no idea what it is. What is there left to do in here? Sakura's body. Yeah, the yellow powder.
Indeed.
The wound on her head. 2 blows. And both of her hands were spotless.
Right.
Yep. Can't. Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh my god. Okay, what do we do? Genuinely. We've already went through this. Oh, I gave that to Sakura. She got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. Oh my gosh.
What the heck?
Come on! Okay. Hold up, bro. Hold up, real quick. Let me see. Come on. Wait, hold up. How do I do this? Well, how do I get past this? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm in a very, okay. Oh, okay. I have no idea, absolutely no idea how to get past this point. But I want to get to the trial before tomorrow, though. Oh my gosh. I'm so confused. So where do we have business? Map. So, the rec room. Back in the chem lab? Should I try it? Huh, okay.
I see.
Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues, but you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. What the? Ah! A surveillance cam. I just don't get how just don't know how I would get used to it. Okay. This is so confusing. This is confusing. I'm actually confused. I've never been more perplexed in a trial before. Hold up, like this? Oh my gosh. Yo. Okay, but yeah, that's when Kyoko said that. Huh. the heck? I never noticed that! Hold on! I'm so confused right now. How was I supposed to predict? How was I supposed to see that? How was I supposed to see that? It's like the magazines. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's a point for you to explore that detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... What if the... Oh! Oh! Okay, bro. Okay. That's a... Toko?
Correct.
Then would it appear you found it? Kyoko, is this... I was about to call Kyoko Toko for a second, bro. A dying message.
However,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. And she's the killer, right? It hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. It's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Here we go! Well, I'm not even doing the trial today. I'm doing it tomorrow, so like... Why am I getting so excited?
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring, I couldn't stay awake.
I agree.
Should I do it? Is it okay?
Can I?
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will happen. I mean, we already got through a lot of stuff at the class trial. We've already made our way through it. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Alright, bro. This is where we're gonna leave off. I know this was like a short day. But that's because I got through the investigation pretty fast, except for that one part. But like, I would prefer not to do the class. I prefer to just keep it in one day. You know what I mean? So like, if it takes 3 hours, it won't take the whole stream. Like, bro. But anyway, new channel. Be sure to pull up stream twitch.tv/JaydenIQ. I'm thinking of posting all my Danganronpa class trials to my main channel. Because, like, I'm editing Danganronpa Day 4 right now. And I'm going to make a short video. And I'm going to make a long video of it. Which would probably be, yeah, just like the full thing with a few things edited out. So, anyway. Yeah. Be sure to pull up stream. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace. I'm going to go ahead, play some clips. I'm going to get something to eat. And... we will be back for Geometry Dash. I actually want to work on Geometry Dash levels. So yeah, anyway. That's where we'll go from here. And I will be back in like, give me 10 minutes. Anyway. Peace. Lights out. King Ace Attorney timing.
The result of this was 6 life sentences stacked.
Oh my gosh! Yo! Oh my god! Yeah, he's not surviving. He's not surviving this, bro. He's not. 762 years? Are we? Oh my god! No, is any more levels I have to complete down here? I swear there were. I actually swear there were. This is a grape. So. Why are we spamming this picture in the Discord? Are we serious, gang? No. This is literally AI, bro. This isn't even me. I don't know why y'all are taking this picture. I even saw it in the boys GC, bro. Like, why y'all doing this, gang? This is obviously AI. Y'all see the soy rounder mark over here, bro? Oh my gosh. I'm saying, bro. No free time? Wondering who had come to visit, I opened the door and someone forced their way in. Yes! I was waiting for this day for so long! Oh my god! We got it. Let's see.
Unfortunately,
What?
you did not reach
Bro,
the
are we
quota.
serious?
As a result, your employment
Oh
is
my-
hereby terminated.
Yo, how?
What?
What? How do we lose? No, like 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. This is a grape. So. That was the worst fail. That was the worst fail. That was the worst fail of ever. That was the worst fail of all ever. We'll run it back. See, are we serious? Nah. Cause why? No, why, bro? We got it.
How much?
Huh?
What?
Yo, stop, bro. No, and I'm wearing the same stuff too, bro. Nah. That's AI. Lights out. Oh. Where's he going? Whoa! Can I use amiibo on this? Okay.
If your name starts with C, this is for you.
Oh.
His appearance.
The Maomi, she doesn't have
What
any. The John Deere has better, bigger boobs than the lady.
Why, yo? Bye. I see that, man. Oh! Did I just get scared of my own Roblox hand? No, actually. Oh my gosh. No. Oh, okay. I accidentally got knocked. Yeah, let's just lock in. No, that wasn't fair. No, actually, I wasn't fair.
If your name starts with C, this is for you.
Oh. Any more levels I have to complete down here? I swear there were. I actually swear there were. Bite marks, yeah. Infection.
The
But you still
student that
met
you
up
met
with them,
outside
so
of
like-
school approximately 6 or 7 times.
Yo! Yo. 。 Bro, there's no way. There's no way, bro. There's no. I didn't think I was gonna see it. I didn't think I was gonna see it, but I saw it. Oh.
Rap concert in history and one of the deadliest in the United States. Right after the festival, Travis Scott responded.
I swear.
I just want to send out.
Rap concert in history and one of the deadliest in the United States. Right after the festival, Travis Scott responded.
I swear.
I just want to send out.
Yo, are we serious? No. Cause why? No, why, bro? No, yeah, it's honestly fire though. I love going out on my apartment balcony. Okay, but that's a little too much. That is a little too much, bro. This says we love Korea and this says we love Japan. Call to artists. Yo, whoa, okay. What the heck? Yo, okay. What was that? What was that? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yo, the music just made my heart drop. Music made my heart drop like crazy, bro.
After being harassed about it. That also is an example of the site having...
The car began to roll off the edge, but then something miraculous happened. It
He
stopped on
survived?
the wall. Part of a drain.
This guy? You know what time it is. Okay. Geometry last time. Today we're gonna be working on Sonic Wave. Okay. But first, before I do anything, I gotta connect the save device. What the heck? Being so ahead of myself. Gotta like slide it through here. I said. There we go. What the heck? Oh, it didn't go in. Okay, there we go. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and get into Geometry Dash. Why am I so energetic right now? Okay. Alright, okay. Oh my gosh. Alright, Geom Dash. There we go. Alright, let's do this. Sonic Wave Universe, bro. I want to practice the fourth start pause, bro. Well, and the third too, but like, wait, hold on. Actually, should I just say goodbye to your device? I don't think I should. I'm not doing that. I'm too lazy. Hold up. Oh. It's laggy. It's laggy. Do I have? Oh yeah, disable shake. I'm turning on disable shake. Come on. This is what I was dealing with during Deadlock X? What the heck? Okay, but I was close. Let's go. Why is it so laggy? I can't even do the wave. Okay. Hold up. Wait, let me restart. Let me restart Geometry Dash, bro. I can't do this. Okay. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, let me close everything, bro. Including OBS Studio. Okay, bro. Wait, let's try Deadlock X. Notice how it isn't lagging? It's not even lagging, bro. What the heck? Well, it's kind of lagging, but not that much. And LDF, well, yeah, disable shake is, well, Deadlock X is an older level, it doesn't have shake. Either way. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see. Nope, that's not good. That's bad. This is terrible. You know what? I'm gonna be a daredevil. I don't really care. There we go. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead, bro. Watch it. Yo, it's like... Well, I got 2 FPS whenever I do that, bro. And I do both. I mean, that's actually a little better. Okay, but that's not a point today. A point is this. And I can't even do that. Come on, bro. Wait, how do I, like, reduce? Show percentage, show progress, but UI? I have no idea what this is, I'm gonna be honest. Okay. Oh, wait, hold up. Wait, it was actually working for a second. But the wave part doesn't. Yeah, the wave part sucks for me. Oh, hold up, that didn't suck. What? Okay. Yo, as soon as it showed its full potential. Alright, bro. Why do I keep dying there specifically? Finally! Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Come on. Okay. Yo, it's always that part, too. And that part. Wait, hold up. Can I do this the alternate way? Like... Hold on. Okay, no, I can't. Because either I'm gonna end up touching the surface and going along with the beat. Whatever. Come on. Okay. It's always that part. Yo, I died there 2 times in a row. Okay. Yo, that spot, I have no idea how I keep dying to it. I don't even pay attention. I just pay attention to the weight, I'm gonna be honest, and the obstacles that are in plain sight. Okay. Oh, wait, hold up, hold up. Let's turn the audio up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Alright, bro. I want to practice this part since, wait. Wait, should I try and get a new best? I might try and get a new best. I mean, my best is 37, and I've gone up to, like, 45. First off, let's start from here. Hold up. Okay. So press that. Come on, yo. I was about to go crazy, bro. Alright. Holy lag. That might be the worst lag I've seen. Now this is good. That would have been perfect if I didn't let go. If I did let go. Come on, bro. Come on, it's always that attempt. It's like when I don't move at all, and when I do, it's like this. It's oh, yo, always. Come on, bro. Okay. Okay, that was good too. So now I get it right, okay. What the heck? Okay, I'm not doing that again. I want to try and get to 5-8. I want to try and get to the break part. Well, it's not even a break since it's harder than the original. Yeah, because, like, look at this. Okay, yeah, I mean, that was a good one, okay. Yeah, okay, I know. And then this. I keep messing up on the slowed part. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's always. Well, no, not always like that. Okay, I mean, 26% progress? I guess. What did I even start? 18%? Alexa, what's 18 plus 26? Alexa, what's 18 plus 26?
80 plus 26.
Oh my god. Alexa, what's 18 plus 26?
18 plus 26 is 44.
44%? Okay, I guess. We're almost halfway through. I think that's 26%. Okay. Okay. How do I get... Oh, wait. I know how to get past that. I just have to at least, but I'm not used to it. Let's wait. Alright, it's gonna be hard, but okay. Come on. Yo, okay. Yo, okay, wait, let me try to ship it. What the heck? I guess that's good. Come on. Okay, that was actually a good one. Oh my god. Wait, hold up. Who the heck is possibly texting me? Something so important. Ah! Ah! Ow, 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 ow. I had to stretch for a second. I had to stretch. Oh, holy. Ah! Yo, I was fighting demons, bro. On that. Alright, how do I get that? What the heck? Oh, I got it. What the heck? Oh, okay, okay, okay. I have an idea. I have an idea. I got an idea. So I'm going to make a start pause on the Sonic Wave Universe start pause that I have. Not S3 Universe, it's Sonic Wave Universe here. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Let's see, so I got that, then okay. Then I want to have wave portal. Wait, hold up. What color are the portals? They're blue. So the blue wave portals. So blue, mini, 3x speed. Is it 3x speed? Yeah, it is. So 3x speed. And finally, last but not least, we add the start pause. Let's see if this works. This does not work. Okay, bro. Fine. Wait, hold up. Yeah, let's try it again. Okay. Okay. I'm getting tired. of this. Let's try. Wait, I'm gonna try supersonic. Here it is. 0%. What the heck? Okay, 4% right off the bat, I guess. What? Okay. Holy easy. What the? Well, I'm not even gonna start. Well. Okay. What the? Oh my gosh. Yo, it's that one little spike. That's why I hate the ship part like this. Oh, okay. Yo, what the heck? Yo. Oh my gosh. Yo. I don't think I should do that. Come on, bro. It's like I was cooking the first time, but then I just messed up. This part's annoying though. I have no idea how I can do the Sonic Wave shit, but not this. Like, how? And I heard Supersonic is a easier Extreme Demon than Sonic Wave Universe. Well, of course it is. Wait, did I still say Extreme? I meant Insane. Insane is right under Extreme in terms of difficulty. I barely see Insane Demons nowadays. But, and I barely see Hard Demons too. Most are easy or Extreme Demons. Well, Extreme Demons are great. I was right there. Okay. I might go to 20%. I might just go to 20% for fun. For fun. Oh, okay. What the heck? Yes, like there's a wall. Come on, yo. Okay. Come on. I've been stuck on this ship part for so long. It's because of that one spike. That one hitbox, bro. Like that. That's literally what I've been stuck on. I remember I used to be scared of upside down chip, but now I can just do it. I don't even know how I landed. I think I landed in like jumper, I'm not sure. I remember back when I beat Electro Man, that's my first hard. Well, it wasn't even my first hardest, but I practiced it a lot. Head back to go to Electro Man right now and see if I had like 10,000 attempts. Come on. Wait, let's try Supersonic Start Pause. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, holy. Okay. I can tell the person who made this level loves the tricky. Oh, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold up. What do I even have to count this? How? I could do this. I can't do it? Holy. Alright. Let's see. This part. Okay. Anyway, Supersonic, I'm not even gonna lie. One of the easier Insane Demons, because there's no way that's harder than the Sonic Wave universe. I'm gonna be honest, just by looking at it. I could tell, well, actually, I'm not even sure. I don't even think Supersonic is a higher Insane Demon, but anyway. It definitely probably isn't. Definitely probably isn't, though. Because, like, Sonic Wave is just a whole other thing, bro. And I practice it. I think that's the only reason why I actually get to it well. Why is my volume up? Oh my gosh. Gosh. Okay. Um. Uh, okay, let's go ahead and get into what are we gonna get into? What the heck did I say we were gonna get into? Reactions. Yes, reactions. Just chatting. Just chatting. All right, we're going to go just chatting. Yo, why the heck is Kiyotaka Ishimaru on my... Oh, okay, no, that's a spoiler. Why is Kiyotaka Ishimaru on my YouTube, bro? Airport arrest after a missing bag meltdown. What the heck? Oh, I want to look at the David case on stream. D180.
We pretty much take it all. Fridges and
Well, I want to see this real quick.
mattresses, same day notice for
Air fresheners in the car. Fine.
Nah, there's reporters. I don't know if I should watch a video with reporters. Celeste may have held the weapon. What? Celeste was pregnant at age 13? What? Alright, so what video should I watch on David? Rehab anime video? Huh. I have no idea what video. Hold up, I'm gonna go find one. Real quick. I'll be right back. Lights out. King Ace Attorney timing.
The result of this was 6 life sentences stacked.
Oh my gosh! Yo! Oh my god! Yeah, he's not surviving. He's not surviving this, bro. He's not. 762 years? Are we? Oh my god! No, is any more levels I have to complete down here? I swear there were. I actually swear there were. This is a grave. So. Why are we spamming this picture in the Discord? Are we serious, gang? No. This is literally AI, bro. This isn't even me. I don't know why y'all are taking this picture. I even saw it in the boys GC, bro. Like, why y'all doing this, gang? This is obviously AI. Y'all see the soy rounder mark over here, bro? Oh my gosh. I'm saying, bro. No free time? Wondering who had come to visit, I opened the door and someone forced their way in. Yes! I think I found a video.
Okay, we just had a very, very intense afternoon of testimony.
Who is the... Oh, hold up. David is a monster.
Whoa. What's that?
All these ads.
On March 28th, 2026,
Fucking.
In ways I don't think
That was very sad. It was a very
It was
where he was like not prepared for.
You know what? Let's just do the 5-minute rule. We watch a video, see if we like it. If we like it, we continue watching. If we don't like it, we don't watch it. Okay, bro. Excuse me. Alright, so the first video we have for today, please have emmed videos on.
On March
Okay, good. David is a monster. Celeste case gets darker. So I know I did do a David video on the main channel like a few months ago, but I wanted to go ahead and look at the update stuff like that because I heard a lot of new stuff like Celeste being pregnant. 13 years old, by the way. And yeah, let's go ahead and dig deeper to it together, and let's go ahead and see what David has done more. Well, he's already done stuff, but I'm actually curious to know what sentence. I'm gonna be honest with you. But anyway, twitch.tv/JaydenIQ, pull up stream, and let's go ahead and get into the video.
On March 28th, 2026, David Anthony Burke spent his 21st birthday in a mansion that his management team had been renting for him in the Hollywood Hills. This may possibly be David's last birthday celebrated in the free world, because on April 16th, 2026, David was arrested at that same residence and charged with the murder of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
Yeah, and well, I'm not gonna lie. In some cases, they don't play about murder, bro.
If he's found guilty, David faces decades in prison, if not the death penalty.
Dang.
There was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments. He would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself.
Committing yourself.
Right now, David's pleading not guilty, but with his preliminary hearing on July 21st, 2026, with prosecutors
6 days ago, by the way,
40
at the time of
terabytes
recording.
worth of evidence against David, with the death penalty still on the table.
Wait!
Preliminary hearing on July 21st, 2026, with prosecutors claiming they have 40 terabytes.
40 terabytes? Hey, David's lawyers, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. That's insane. Yeah. Y'all are not getting past that. No, Nana, bro. Y'all not getting past 40 terabytes, bro.
Worth of evidence against David, with the death penalty still on the table. It'll be up to the judge to review the evidence and determine if there's sufficient probable cause for the first-degree murder and related charges to proceed to a full jury trial against David. Do prosecutors have the evidence they need to lock David up?
Yo,
for
David
life
cannot
and
be
bring
free after
justice
this.
to Celeste's family? Will David end up taking a plea and getting out of jail a lot sooner than the world thought? What new evidence has emerged since the last time we've spoken about the David case? The answer is a lot, and we're gonna unpack it all, starting from the day that David was taken away.
Oh, yo. The thing is, I remember this too. I remember watching this on stream. It was like, actually, I think I did watch this after the David video that we posted. But yeah.
TMZ showing the tense moments LAPD officers arrested singer David on suspicion of murdering a teenage girl who had been found dead in the trunk of his car.
If you try to run or if you try to resist, you will get hit with my lethal. It's gonna hurt. I got you.
In footage obtained by the California Post, officers in tactical gear are seen walking him in handcuffs yesterday on the streets of the Hollywood Hills.
Look, it's gonna obscure my.
I'm gonna be honest. I was about to say, why do the police have all that gear? But it's a murder charge, bro. They don't know if he's armed or dangerous or just like safe. So like, they gotta be cautious. Yo, but it's insane how they got the whole police force pulling up, bro.
Now, before we dive into what prosecutors and the world knows about not only David's relationship with Celeste, but also why they believe David actually had the intention and carried out the murder and mutilation of Celeste, we first got to understand a key roadblock in this case that may actually work in David's favor, and that is the condition that authorities actually found Celeste's body in.
Decomposing.
It was completely dismembered in 2 separate plastic bags in that front trunk. Because of that, Celeste's cause of death may end up being the centerpiece of the trial. Without a clear cause of death, without knowing if it was a homicide, an accidental overdose, it becomes a weapon that David's defense can use against prosecutors. How can they prove?
But why would she be tied up in a bag? Wouldn't you call the police if she overdosed?
Who's the one behind this if they don't even know?
And it's in David's Tesla
to
too.
begin with. Well, we would quickly start getting some answers. Prosecutors say that David actually murdered Celeste on April 23rd, 2025, but had ended up mutilating her body on May 5th. She was then left in that Tesla under his name for 4 more months until September. LAPD would do a conference where they said that David is not just charged with first-degree murder, but also with mutilating a body and lewd and lascivious acts with a child under the age of 14. He's also charged with interfering with an active investigation, trying to protect his career and hide from the charges he would have...
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, okay, this is my last time pausing. I apologize. But like, David has a lot of stuff on him right now. First, it's murder. If that murder charge doesn't go through, his defense breaks through it. There's still the pedophile charges. So like, either way, it's a lose-lose situation for David. Like, bam.
Actually been faced with, which was that he was having relations with a minor under the age of 14.
He's still gonna lose everything. It's inevitable.
Today, I am announcing the charges against David Anthony Burke in connection with the brutal and horrific murder of Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time. And there are 3 sets of charges that have been brought. The first-degree murder with special circumstances, and again, those special circumstances are lying in wait. That Celeste went to Mr. Burke's home on the night of April 23rd, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, at his invitation, and again, was not heard from again. The second is a special circumstance being that this murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical
Oh,
career
yeah, he
that
did do it
Celeste was
because she was
on that
threatening.
particular night. The third charge, in addition to lying in wait and for financial gain, is murdering a witness to an investigation. In this particular case, as the evidence will come out in court, the witness to the investigation was Celeste, and the investigation was into the lewd and lascivious sexual acts committed by Mr. Burke that is the subject of count 2 of this complaint with Celeste while she was under 14 years.
Now, David would show up to court on Monday, April 20th, and maintain his innocence, pleading not guilty to the charges against him. His legal team would also claim that they received no evidence, no discovery that prosecutors have thus far collected, no autopsy
evidence?
reports, no information that David could use to defend himself in court.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Defending yourself in a case like this is hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. Wait, now, how did he say I'm gonna be honest? Oh my gosh.
Good afternoon, Mr. Burke. For the people.
Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman for the people, Your Honor.
Thank you. And you're requesting a preliminary hearing within the period?
Yes, Your Honor. From the media reports, apparently there have been 4 months of secret grand jury proceedings. We believe that Mr. Burke is entitled at the earliest opportunity to an open preliminary hearing and the proceedings not be done in secret. So we are asking for a preliminary hearing to be set at the earliest possible date on the 10th day. We believe the actual evidence will show David Burke did not murder Celeste.
That's gonna be hard given all the evidence. Yo, 40 terabytes, by the way.
Rivas Hernandez, nor was he the cause of her death. And we would like to be able to have the evidence come into the light of day at the earliest opportunity in order to establish that. We're asking for April 23rd as a 3 of 10, Your Honor.
We'll be very happy to put on the evidence that we've collected in this case in the last several months.
Plea of not guilty has been entered on behalf of Mr. Burke. The matter is ordered assigned to Judge Charlene Almeida.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may just put on the record, we have, as soon as the people arrive, delivered...
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I wonder what's going through his head right now during all this.
Informal discovery request consistent with Penal Code Section 1054. We have been given almost no discovery thus far. We've received a 3-page follow-up report, no autopsy report, and a copy of the complaint. And we would ask the people respectfully to produce discovery at the earliest opportunity.
Now, the prosecutor would claim that there were over 40 terabytes of evidence in this case, and some of it has already been released, which we'll break down shortly in this video.
There's approximately 40 terabytes of discovery in this case. Moreover, in order to obtain transcripts from a grand jury investigation, counsel has to file a motion. She knows the way the system works. I'm not able to gather those. They have to be provided after the court orders them released because it was an investigation. Second of all, if counsel plans...
Hold on, one second. I want to see something. Alright, let me do research real quick. Let me do some research. Let's go on a little research journey. 40 terabytes. How much is 40 terabytes? In videos. 40,000 gigabytes. Oh! Yo, that's 2,000 hours of 4K, by the way. That is 2,000 hours of 4K. Are you serious?
To a preliminary hearing within the 10 days, it is unlikely that there will be very much discovery provided within that period, given the voluminous nature and how long it's going to take to copy onto drives. In addition to that, the coroner's report was sealed in this case in order to prevent it from hampering truthful testimony from witnesses that testified at the grand jury. So an order will also have to be obtained in order to get the coroner's department, which is now the medical examiner's department, to release those materials.
It's surprising news given that the district attorney's office held a press conference this morning where they discussed the cause of death, apparently under seal and not released by the coroner's office, as did the robbery homicide unit to the press. So we would again reiterate, we believe that Mr. Burke is entitled to discovery. We have serve the people with notice. They have 15 days to produce discovery in this case. We would ask that they do that in conscientious earnestness and as quickly as possible.
Bail to stand at no bail. Thank you.
Dang, no
So
bail.
as you can see, David made his first appearance in court in late April. And many people were questioning why it took so long for prosecutors to actually formally charge David. Celeste's remains were discovered inside the front trunk of David's Tesla in September of 2025, yet David wasn't arrested until April 2026, 7 months later, and nearly a year after prosecutors alleged that Celeste...
Oh, yeah, I remember the well, no, it was like a few hours. A few hours after he got arrested, I just got out of school, bro. I opened my phone and I see that.
was taken. But throughout that time period, prosecutors appear to have been building their case, reportedly presenting evidence and testimony to grand juries on 7 separate occasions. That evidence is now being revealed publicly at the preliminary hearing. We'll take a look at all of it, but it's important to understand prosecutors don't have to prove that David is guilty just yet. They only need to show the judge that there is enough evidence for the case to proceed to trial. David has pleaded not guilty, and his lawyers can now question witnesses and challenge the prosecution's claims. We'll break down all the evidence that's been presented so far, and first let's understand the prosecution's overall goal with this preliminary hearing.
Good afternoon. My name is Nathan Hockman. I'm the Los Angeles County District Attorney. Today starts the day of the preliminary hearing of David Anthony Burke, the singer David, spelled D4VD. This preliminary hearing will last approximately 3 to 5 days, at which point we will be seeking to hold David to answer for 3 felony counts of which he has been charged. First-degree murder with special circumstances, the count of lewd and lascivious acts with a 13-year-old, and the count of mutilation of human remains. David will be facing a maximum punishment of life without the possibility of parole, or he is also death penalty eligible. The decision on whether or not to...
You know when you hear the words death penalty, either you're about to get a near-death experience, or you're done.
Seek the death penalty has not been made at this point. The point of a preliminary hearing is somewhat different than you actually perceive in the media, whether it's TV or the movies. Because what often happens in TV or the movies is you go from an immediate arrest into a trial. But in our system and in California in particular, you have an intermediate step. That intermediate step is a preliminary hearing where effectively the prosecution's evidence is going to be tested before a judge, not a jury. The standard that we have to meet is not beyond a reasonable doubt at the preliminary hearing stage. It is probable cause. We are not obligated, nor will we be presenting all the evidence at a preliminary hearing that we will be presenting at a trial to prove David beyond a reasonable doubt guilty.
So trial
of the
hasn't
3
started
felony
yet.
charges of which he has been charged. So at the preliminary hearing, we will call a number of officers. We estimate there will be over 10 different witnesses, both officer testimony, coroner testimony, and there will be individual witnesses as well. And again, we can rely on hearsay and other things that won't be allowed to be relied on in an actual trial. The judge at the end of the presentation of the evidence, and again, this is evidence that can be cross-examined by a defense attorney, and that process has already been done. At the end of the presentation of all this evidence, the question will be, will David be held to answer on the 3 felony charges? We believe we will more than accomplish the evidentiary burden of probable cause at this point to hold David to answer on these 3 felony charges. At that point, if the judge does hold him to answer, we will file an information that will detail the actual 3 criminal charges. Thereafter, there will be a trial date that will be set, and David, if he so chooses, will proceed to trial. And we will prove at that point, beyond a reasonable doubt, that David committed these 3 crimes. And when, we do not predict if, when he is convicted, we will then be seeking the sentence that we are allowed to seek by order of law, and we will let you know in a future date whether or not that sentence will also include the death penalty.
Dang.
So I wanted to take this opportunity as we're starting this preliminary hearing process to explain where the preliminary hearing fits in the process so people can understand as we are presenting evidence and it is being cross-examined what ultimately the standard is for the judge to determine, and that's probable cause, not beyond a reasonable doubt. It is a judge that is doing this determination, not a jury at this point, and that there will subsequently be a trial when the judge holds David to answer on these 3 felony charges.
So far, we're on the third day of the preliminary
Third
hearing.
day?
Let's start with day 1. Now, to understand the context behind the witnesses that were brought up to speak at the first day of David's preliminary hearing, we got to understand the story that prosecutors were painting in the initial complaint against David. LAPD robbery homicide detectives determined that Celeste and David had actually met in 2022 when Celeste was just 11.
Yeah.
And they were alleged to have begun a S relation in November of 2023 when Celeste was just 13.
Oh my
By
gosh.
February of 2024, Celeste had went missing. And the sheriff department in Riverside County, Celeste's hometown, had actually contacted David when she first went missing because they found his number in a phone that belonged to Celeste. During that phone call, David had told authorities that he spoke to Celeste a couple days beforehand, but was unaware that she was an A minor or that she was even reported missing. After this phone call, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department actually went to David's home to conduct a welfare check. And the first witness at the first day of the preliminary hearing was one of the sheriffs that visited David's home during that February 2024 welfare check. They also showed body cam footage of that officer going into David's home, searching it, as well as speaking to him.
Of Celeste, I'll be honest with you, the body cam footage was disappointing. Not in terms of it didn't show much, but it was disappointing in terms
Oh, this was the video I was about to watch.
The officers maybe could have done a little bit more to investigate. They kind of sort of, I don't want to say let David off the hook, but when they visited his property and kind of were asking about this missing minor, it was very surprising. They didn't really put it on him. We heard rumors that they had gone to his property and told him she's 13 and warned him. That's not really what we saw in that footage. I'm not trying to defend David by any means, but they basically went to his property, said, look, we're looking for this girl, is she here? They searched the property, she wasn't there. David, honestly, he seemed very nervous, and I'm not saying that he wasn't up to nothing dodgy. He did kind of seem a little bit nervous, but he was forthcoming. He said, oh yeah, I know her. I thought she was 18. She told me that she was 18. Other people trying to tell me she's 13 now. He showed
That's what they all say, bro. That's what they all say.
Showed them a picture of her on his phone. He showed them the, alleged, it's been alleged that it's a yearbook photo, but it looked more just like a sort of random picture of her. But that was kind of the first witness who basically, was on the stand and described going to David's property. We saw the body cam footage, and then David's defense, they kind of had a good little moment when they said, well, at no point did you say definitively that she's 13. I'm pretty sure the way that it was worded, he was kind of like, I think she might be 13. It wasn't clear. It wasn't definitive.
She
and it
might.
made me think, damn, like, that's not quite what we thought that we was actually going to be hearing. So that one, I'm not going to lie, that it was definitely not.
Wait, hold up. 13 and 18. He definitely knew. He definitely knew.
Also, there were little holes that his defense poked into it, and they were doing a very good job of poking holes in things.
So they answered the call. David said, I've been on the phone with the cops. And they said straight up, they said, is Celeste here? And it was like, the way that they started, it sounded like they was going to play hardball with him. It's like, oh yeah, how you doing here? Is Celeste here? And then he's like, nah. He said, they just last spoke when I was in Australia. He was like, I was out the country. I just got back from Australia. I was on tour. I thought he sounded super nervous to begin with. And then he gets a little bit more confidence as the interaction goes on. I'd say David spoke very fast in the body cam footage. They're asking him questions like, when did you last speak? He's like, last week, or I just got back from Australia. So I believe he did tell them that he had spoken to her last on the 13th of February. Again, he had that information ready to go, quick time answer. 13th February, like he was quick time with the answer.
Exactly, but he was getting ready.
He explained to them that they met at the end of 2021 on Discord, said outright it was like a video game chat room, and that they'd continued to communicate on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, but mainly on Discord. That's where they met specifically, on Discord through a video game chat room. They basically asked him if he has any tattoos. And I didn't actually hear the response to that. David even offers the cop like a drink from his fridge, and they're not interested. They basically asked, do you know Celeste's cell phone number? He gives it over. He gives several numbers for her. And then basically says, look, the only time I ever met her was on November the 12th, 2023 at the beach. And he said an address where the beach was, where he met them. Again, he had all this information ready to go straight off the top. So he gave like a more recent phone number for her. He's like, oh, this is the last number I communicated with her on. And he was being very cooperative. Now, knowing what we know now, it's easy to be more suspicious. But at the time, the cops possibly just thought, look, this guy's super cooperative. He's given all the info. He's probably worried about her. Probably thinks he's in some weird shit, even having an interaction with this girl. And he says, oh, I've got a picture of her. I can show you a picture. If you're looking for her, she's missing. I'll show you a picture of her. He was quick on his feet with it. So from there, he explained, we met a couple of years ago. We spoke on and off. They asked if she knows if she frequents the area. And he was sort of like, oh, I don't know. That was one of the answers where I'd say he looked the most nervous. When they said, do you know if she frequents this area in West Hollywood? He's like, oh, no, I don't know. That was sort of like where he was looking a bit sus and a bit scared, because to be honest, he probably didn't know how to answer that one. He probably didn't think of that one, because it's like, sounds like she did frequent the area, and it sounds like she frequented a couple of them properties. So I feel like that was one where he was like not prepared for that, but it flew under the radar. So David said outright, oh, she told me she was 18. That's what he said. And then he said to the cops,
No, she didn't. Wait. I'm not sure. Yo, I gotta get PR training, but well, no,
13,
not yet.
And so he basically said, yeah, they're saying that the yearbook picture that I've got on my phone was taken a year before, like, I met her. And so I'm thinking, he didn't say this, but it's like he was sort of inferring. It's like, oh, she told me she was 18, and this yearbook picture of hers going around, and I heard it was taken a year before, and like maybe that was 17. He doesn't say 17, but that's sort of what he's inferring.
17.
So he basically says he's tried to contact her. The phone is dead. At one point, he even said, oh, this is like a movie, which is fucking crazy, because it's like a movie watching him go through it in trial, to be honest with you.
Now, I might sound like a broken record here, but you have to remember that the point of this preliminary hearing is to present all the evidence to the judge, and the judge must then decide if there's enough evidence for this case to go to trial. During the presentation of all this evidence and all the witnesses coming forward, David's defense team's job is to poke holes in everything that prosecutors show to the judge. Because obviously, if they could show the judge that there's inconsistencies with everything prosecutors are bringing forth, the judge might think that there's not enough of a case to even bring this to trial to begin with. And remember again that David is pleading not guilty.
And if it doesn't go to trial, then he's free. Well, I'm not sure about that.
Now, the second witness,
but this murder we're talking about,
was actually the robbery homicide detective who was on the scene when Celeste's body was found in the front trunk of David's Tesla. During the hearing, pictures were also shown of Celeste's remains and how they were discovered in the trunk. Now, just a trigger warning, I'm going to show a courtroom sketch that depicts a lot of the images that were shown throughout the hearing, and I will blur out anything that's too graphic. As you can see here, there were pictures shown of the Tesla with the front trunk open, pictures of Celeste's finger that had the shush tattoo on it.
A chainsaw!
Was found in David's home throughout their searches, like the burn cage, the chainsaw, the knife, the inflatable pool, all things that were allegedly used.
Why is there an inflatable pool?
As well as images that have blurred out of Celeste's decomposed, cut body that was in bags in the front trunk of David's Tesla. But like I said, it was still David's defense team's job to poke holes at all the evidence presented. And that's exactly what they tried to do when the robbery homicide detective presented this evidence during the hearing.
That testimony in court, it was honestly just sickening to see the footage of what was found in that car, to hear the testimony of the officer that actually dealt with that. It was just honestly just horrifying. That was extremely bad, and really that was kind of very, very damning. There wasn't really much to defend on that front, but what they did manage to do was the defense pointed out some very, very interesting holes in that basically timeline of when the body was discovered and recovered. They basically pointed out some inconsistencies with the fact that it was kind of a local police department that opened the Tesla, exposed the first bag. It was then the detectives from the robbery homicide division that then came and moved the first bag, discovered the second bag underneath it in the Tesla, and then it was the medical examiner that then came to the scene and was the only person authorized to touch the body. Now, one point that they made that was very, very interesting was they basically said, why didn't you keep the body bag? They never kept the body bag that Celeste was unfortunately found in. They basically disposed of it, and they disposed of, and it's disgusting to say, I'm so sorry to say this, but the liquefied remains that were inside that bag, they basically said we didn't really
liquefied.
preserve that. That was unpreservable. What we did is we cut the handles off the body bag that might have had DNA on it, and we kept obviously the core remains. But they basically admit we don't have the body bag. I don't know where it is. They sort of said, oh, was it destroyed? And they said, oh, we wouldn't say destroyed, but it was not we couldn't preserve it. It was just liquefied remains in a bag, in a mesh bag that was just, you know, half a leftover garbage bag. It was not preservable. Now that unfortunately did look quite bad on the prosecution to sort of say, well, this is a really, really important thing. Why didn't you preserve it? And them arguing, well, we couldn't preserve it. It wasn't preservable. Didn't really kind of land for some people. I feel like for a lot of people it felt like that really wasn't a good enough answer, and it sort of made you think, okay, there's some inconsistencies here. And I'll be honest with you, I think the prosecution had a pretty hard time when they started talking about all the evidence that was claimed from David's property. Now, there was some pretty bad timeline stuff. We've heard all these rumors of David had a chainsaw, he had multiple chainsaws in his property, but it turns out there were actually 3 chainsaws. There were 2 chainsaws that were ordered off Amazon that were found in his property, and neither of those had any DNA on it. Apparently neither of those had blood on them, neither of those actually had any of his DNA or his evidence on them, and, you know, the cops ended up leaving them there. They talked about the burn cage, which wasn't used. They talked about not being able to find an apparent, you know, heat-proof mat that was ordered on Amazon, and really the alleged chainsaw that this dismemberment was allegedly carried out with apparently was never found, and it sounds like that was something that was Uber Eats or Postmates to him. He kind of ordered a shovel, this other chainsaw, and it did make you think, is this the play that he's going for? The actual chainsaw that he used has been vanished, has been disappeared, but the 2 chainsaws that they found in his property that he ordered off Amazon that didn't have any evidence on them that they were used in a crime. That really throws people off the scent, and it makes you wonder, okay, what do we actually have? They allegedly have the cadaver bags being ordered off Amazon, but they don't have the bags themselves. That evidence they said they wasn't able to preserve, so that doesn't really look too good. I was very surprised that we heard talk of all this searching going on in the property, but we didn't actually get a concrete confirmation. I didn't hear at any point them mention blood being found in the garage, which I thought was something that was going to be brought up. Maybe that's going to be brought up later. They did bring up the blue kiddie pool that was found in the garage, and they said they did recover that, and, you know, the plastic pieces were, you know, found, it's horrible to say, but lodged in her the severance wounds on her limbs, but there were definitely a few things that just didn't add up.
How disgusting do you have to be to do stuff like that? No, not the cops, because David allegedly made them deal with it, though.
The fact that it was to find out these 2 chainsaws that we've been hearing about for so long hadn't been used in the dismemberment, that was very, very shocking, to be honest with you, and I feel like I was very, very surprised. And it sounds like whatever that chainsaw that was actually used to do this dismemberment is long gone, apparently. They haven't been able to recover that.
Now, another thing presented at the hearing was a bunch of data that authorities extracted from David's phone and other technology devices. Remember that authorities believe David and Celeste had began an S relationship in late 2023. They also alleged that David had actually traveled with Celeste out of country, booking flight tickets as an accompanied minor. During the hearing, prosecutors showed that while searching David's devices, they were able to discover an email address belonging to David where airline tickets were booked for both him and Celeste.
There's no way they went out of the country.
They were able to do, through a warrant, just extractions from his phone, which apparently was an iPhone 16 Pro, and it was Pro Max, called the Tranquilizer. And this phone, by the way, has never physically been located. And this was the phone disconnected on the 29th. So, per Celebrate activity, you know, they were kind of showing us sort of the places that he went, and they were screenshotting some of these places from the infotainment center on the Tesla and matching it up to the iCloud. For example, we had a trip identified in navigation to Santa Barbara and Lake Kashuma, plus a Tesla charge in San Ynez Valley in May of 2025, a month after they believe she was killed. There was another location of interest, a charging station on 729, which is on the way to Santa Barbara as well. And they found surveillance footage from a home nearby when he parked the Tesla on July 29th, 2025, the alleged last time
was Celeste there?
it was in his possession. And they showed us just multiple angles of him getting out, going into his home, you know, and that's that. They talked about getting a search warrant for the home as well, where they went over the evidence that we kind of already knew about. The burn cage, they found that in a box behind the piano. They found a blue iPhone 15 that belonged to David. And, you know, they also said they found a tower computer where there was another email address. And this email address was also connected to the iPhone that, or the iCloud data that he had, and it's follow it, which is FALLIT and some numbers at gmail.com. And they actually found through that email or through that iCloud on the tower computer several flights that David had booked between I think it was LA to Texas and LA to London for
London? These guys went to the UK?
and Celeste. There was also purchases made under another alias besides Victoria Mendez, Travion Davis, I believe it was. Yeah, also the red Tesla in the garage, they were showing us photos when they were discussing the search warrant. They said that was registered to Robert Morgenroth, and they identified him as David's manager and, quote, personal assistant. I found that to be interesting.
Now, you might also be curious how authorities actually confirmed that the decomposing, mutilated body in the front trunk of a Tesla that belonged to David was actually the body of Celeste. Well, if you guys remember back when it was first uncovered that a body was found in a car that belonged to David, there was massive reporting of this in the news. And at that point in time, on September 10th, about 2 days after the body was uncovered, Celeste's father had actually theorized that it may be his own daughter's body in that car. And so he made the call to authorities, and they confirmed that that was the case.
Oh my gosh.
How they also identified Celeste, Jesus Rivas called LAPD Communications on September 10th after he saw lots of media coverage on the 8th, and he said, look, I think this might be my daughter. And basically, he used his son as an interpreter, or Celeste's brother, and he was able to provide LAPD or the medical examiner's office with her dentist's office so they could, you know, identify the dental records, and it was her.
Oh
and
my
also,
gosh.
you know, he did say that per Jesus Rivas, that she had 2 different phone numbers, and he gave them to police. And then they also found out that she had a 3rd phone number that no one knew. And when the detective said
Why does she have so
name,
many
he
phone
said,
numbers?
you know, did he say his daughter's name? He said yes, it was Celeste Abigail Rivas Hernandez. That was very sad. It was a very sad moment to hear her full name.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely horrifying. And to add another layer to the tragedy of this case, the loss of life of this child, is the fact that the crime may have been committed to keep Celeste silent, all for financial gain. Prosecutors had alleged that between...
I don't know how he thought he could get away with this. And apparently people on TikTok are talking about how he posted decay. Like he spammed decay in Discord.
David and Celeste, it had shown that their quote-unquote relationship was getting turbulent. Celeste began getting jealous of David interacting with other girls, and because of that, she threatened to come forth to authorities on the fact that he was having S relations with an A minor, aka herself. Prosecutors believe that this could have been David's motive for actually taking Celeste's life, and a big reason why the death penalty for David is actually on the table is because this case may have been murder for financial gain. On day 2 of the preliminary hearing, one of Law and Crime Network's reporters were actually sitting right behind David in the courthouse, and she described how David looked, as well as some of the financial related matters that were discussed during day 2 of the hearing, because again, David's music career was highly successful. He was making not just himself, but a lot of people around him a lot of money. Profit splits are relevant to this case because it was possibly not just David who had the incentive of keeping Celeste quiet so that David's career in music could continue to grow.
I was sitting right behind David this morning. I somehow got a seat in front of where they were seating other reporters. I think it's because I actually walked in a little bit later than everybody else did. So because of that, they had me seated on the end of one of the attorneys' rows in that courtroom, and I was right behind David. he didn't look too great. You know, his hair is grown out. He is unshaven.
Dang.
He's wearing that LA County jail uniform, that orange jumpsuit, and he still has his feet and his waist shackled. He's not wearing
Dang.
handcuffs, though, so he was kind of splayed out in his chair, arms on his arm rests. I could see his yellow legal notepad that he had laid out in front of him, so I was trying to take a peek, trying to see if he was taking any notes. He didn't have anything written down, but there definitely were moments this morning during cross-examination of witnesses where he did lean in and talk to his attorneys. The first time I noticed that, it was during cross-examination related to financial management. They were essentially talking about how much money he made through his record deal and how that money was divvied up. Because so many people were involved in this operation. So many people were making money off of him, to put it bluntly. And that's a key part of this case, because murder for financial gain is one of the special circumstances here that makes this eligible for the death penalty.
Dang.
Now, as far as evidence that was displayed during the second day of the preliminary hearing, we saw more detail into what was found in that Tesla where Celeste's body was stored and discovered. It's absolutely disgusting to imagine, but they actually found dozens of air fresheners in the car, showing that whoever was truly behind this crime was extremely calculated in not just dismembering and packaging the body,
Drowning out the
in
smell.
compact spaces. And I don't want to use the word calculated. I take that back, because in the grand scheme of things, there was nothing calculated.
Hold up.
About the fact that authorities had already spoken to David a year prior about Celeste being 13, and a year later, she's found in a car that belongs to him. So while
Alright, wait, 1 second. Lights out. King Ace Attorney
The result
timing.
of this was 6 life sentences stacked.
Oh my gosh. Yo! Oh my god. Yeah, he's not surviving. He's not surviving this, bro. He's not. 762 years? Are we? Oh my god. No, is any more levels I have to complete down here? I swear there were. I actually swear there were. This is a grave. So. Why are we spamming this picture in the Discord? Are we serious, gang? No. This is literally AI, bro. This isn't even me. I don't know why y'all are taking this picture. I even saw it in the boys GC, bro. Like, why y'all doing this, gang? This is obviously AI. Y'all see the soy rounder mark over here, bro? Oh my. Okay, I'm back. Wait, was that actually loud? Okay, I'm not gonna do it again.
while calculated is definitely the wrong word, the fact that he was ordering burn cages, pools, shovels, chainsaws, the fact that the car was polluted with air fresheners to try and cover the scent, it shows that there was a deliberate effort to wipe this poor child's memory off the face of the earth, which is so disgusting to think about.
We were hearing testimony from an LAPD criminologist. This was one of the officers called to investigate after the Tesla was towed to one of their tech centers. So we were looking at photos the prosecutor was showing the court of 11 different air fresheners that were found in that Tesla. I mean, Celeste's remains had been in there decomposing, likely for months. So to cover up that smell, somebody put nearly a dozen air fresheners.
I'm gonna be honest, 12 air fresheners is insane, bro. That's just suspicious right out the bat. I don't even know who got the idea to do that, trying to cover it up, but it was a lose-lose,
the
bro.
car, but actually in the front trunk.
Yeah.
And that's where the cadaver bags with her remains were found. It's not just that this crime was committed, it's that somebody went to truly horrifying lengths, Jesse, to try and cover up their tracks. I could see her parents kind of shrinking into themselves and moving a little bit closer together when those photos came up. There's so many elements of this that are horrifying in ways I don't think we can fully imagine for them.
Now, as far as understanding how David may have thought he would attempt to dispose of any evidence related to the crime if he allegedly committed it, prosecutors had also found an ID card that belonged to Celeste in Santa Barbara County the day after they believe David had taken Celeste's life. Around that same time period, David had began doing interviews in promotion of his new album, which ties into prosecutors' theories that the motivation behind taking Celeste's life was in order to protect David's career. David takes her life, disposes of evidence far away in Santa Barbara County, and then goes on to promote his music as if nothing happened. But simultaneously, David's defense team will use this to his advantage to say, if he was really busy taking a child's life and driving cross-country to dispose of the evidence, how could he possibly also have the time and the emotional bandwidth to go on and do interviews and discuss something as lighthearted as his music career? Well, that's where the next witness in the preliminary hearing comes into play.
Someone from the California Highway Patrol testified, right? Can you tell us who that person was and what they testified to?
So this was interesting for me personally, Jesse. It was a CHP officer, California Highway Patrol. He's assigned to the Santa Barbara area. As soon as he walked in and they said that, I thought, oh, here we go. This is going to be the piece of testimony during prelim related to Lake Cachuma up in Santa Barbara County. So I love that area. I love Santa Barbara. I actually took a road trip up there a couple of weeks ago, back in June, because I wanted to check out State Road 154 myself. We all read in court documents that a Caltrans worker back in January apparently found Celeste's ID up there, and prosecutors have been alleging that David took a trip up there the day after Celeste was allegedly stabbed and left to bleed to death.
Yeah, so he was trying to get far away to cover up evidence. That's what they're piecing it together to be.
He allegedly drove up there in his own car to dispose of evidence. So this morning, the CHP officer testified that he was called to the scene after that Caltrans worker found the passport card. We actually saw a photo of that passport card. We saw a photo of exactly where, just off the roadway, it was reportedly found. And then we heard some back and forth where defense attorneys cross-examined him and asked, was there any traffic control? Do you know if it was found face up or face down? Was it buried under anything? Did it just rain a day or two ago? So there are questions about how exactly it ended up there, but it was very interesting to hear from a witness who was actually called to that scene after I drove up there myself, because I was curious about where, off the roadway, how close to the lake this could have happened.
And the defense is questioning exactly how that passport card would have gotten there, that there were maybe other means other than David allegedly tossing it?
Absolutely. It sounds like they're setting up an argument where they could say that it was washed over there, by rainwater. It did just rain, I think, a day or two before it was found by that Caltrans worker beginning of January of this year. So this is months after the body was found last September. And this is more than half a year after she died last April. So there are a lot of questions about how it ended up there. I imagine the prosecution later on, they're going to share evidence about the drive up there because they are alleging that David took that trip in his own car. I don't believe the remains of Celeste were in that front trunk just yet. Again, this was April 24th, so that would have been the day after the alleged stabbing. And then later that day, this was wild, Jesse. We haven't talked about this yet in court during the preliminary hearing, but I know you've read this in the initial documents. That same day of the Santa Barbara road trip, April 24th, David went back home and then taped an interview promoting his album that came out the next day.
And I wonder
What?
if the defense, so the prosecution will say, my gosh, look at what he's doing, right? You know, pretty sick. The defense could say, if he really brutally killed someone, he's going to do an interview right after? I mean, is that what we're expected to believe? I wonder if that's where they're going to go.
Now remember, on day one of the preliminary hearing, prosecutors showed the judge a bunch of images of evidence they gathered within David's house. Chainsaws, knives, an inflatable pool. Well, on day 3 of the preliminary hearing, they called a criminologist to the stand who did forensic evidence related to that inflatable pool and how it might have tied into Celeste's life being taken away.
We heard from another criminalist from LAPD. She did the actual forensic analysis of the inflatable pool, in addition to material that was sent to her by the LA County Medical Examiner's Office that was collected during the victim's autopsy. Now that includes, I mentioned her soiled clothing and bits of blue plastic found during the autopsy that were essentially embedded in her remains. So this criminalist actually pieced those bits of blue plastic in with the rest of the inflatable pool that she processed and analyzed, including work that was done under a microscope. And there were exhibits shown during court today, photos of how those pieces from the autopsy fit in like a puzzle with the rest of that blue inflatable pool. So there was a bit of back and forth. The prosecutor spent quite a bit of time questioning this witness, Lisa Alejandro from LAPD, about her background, her expertise, how she did this work, and what it showed. They described the linear cuts in the pool, exactly where in the pool she noted them. There were 4 different areas of damage, what she found on the underside of the pool, and how this all fits in with the larger picture that's being painted, which is that Celeste may have been dismembered in this pool.
Now, this hearing only gets more horrifying.
Oh my
What's
God.
heartbreaking to know is that Celeste's family had been sitting through all of the evidence being displayed over the last 3 days. Her parents had to...
Oh yeah, and literally months after, bro, they had to live with this, bro. All because of David.
Prosecutors displayed images
Oh yeah, the person who
of
did it.
their daughter with a completely dismembered body months after her life was possibly taken. They had to look at photos of the clothing she wore in her final moments. They had to look at the very suspect sitting there in handcuffs and an orange jumpsuit as they watch how prosecutors believe their daughter's life was taken.
I can't believe they're back in the courtroom today. You know, they sat through all of day 1 of this preliminary hearing, all of day 2. They walked in a little bit later this morning. They didn't show up until about 10:30, but they did catch all of this testimony from Lisa Alejandro. They did sit in the courtroom and see these exhibits, these photos of what their daughter was wearing when her remains were found. They did see the little bits of hair and plastic that were collected during her autopsy and how those bits of plastic fit with damage from this blue inflatable pool. I didn't see any kind of visible physical reaction. You know, on day 1, Mercedes, the victim's mother, she bowed her head and just started crying when we saw the photos and the contents of those cadaver bags found in the defendant's Tesla. This morning, I didn't see her react. It's like she was frozen. as we saw. It was a pair of Skechers brand socks, her daughter's underwear, her leggings that were cut into pieces. And that's because her legs were allegedly cut off at the kneecaps.
Oh my god.
Now, what's also completely insane is the fact that prosecutors have basically proven through the body cam footage of police going and searching David's home in February of 2024, one of the first times that Celeste went missing, that David himself admitted that he knew who Celeste was. He thought she was 18. He was later told she was actually 13. They met online on Discord. He had some sort of friendship or relationship with her. With that being the case, and with David now being in the courtroom, shackled up, orange jumpsuit, sitting there day in and day out as prosecutors present all of this evidence showing that this very child who David had confirmed to have known and had a relationship with passed away in the front trunk of a car that belonged to him, dismembered, her body completely torn up into pieces. You would think at the very least, if David was an innocent man in all this and had basic human emotion, his body would freeze up. His face would look undoubtedly devastated
Exactly,
when
though.
all this evidence was shown in court. But no, reporters claimed that David's face was completely numb. He was
What?
expressionless. Evidence is being displayed of this child that David admitted to knowing, having a friendship with, being chopped up. And he's sitting there looking at all these photos without a single emotion being displayed.
He is unshaven. He does not look like he's sleeping well behind bars. His hair is grown out, and he's got that.
Hold up, where the heck is my phone? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Dude, I just lost my phone. Oh my gosh. Bro, where's my phone? Hold up. No. Genuinely, where's my phone? I got a phone. Actually? Hold on. Find my. Where is it?
Orange jumpsuit on. He's not wearing.
I have no idea why it's still playing. Ah! Okay, there we go. It's gone. Alright. We're back.
Wearing street clothing. So it looks like a different person, but I have observed this defendant enough to know that he's got that on-off switch. He can turn on the charm when he feels like it. I've noted his interactions with the judge and with his own legal team. He can be very charming. And the fact that he's really not emoting at all.
Emoting.
You know, when we're hearing about autopsy details, when we're hearing about the state of decomposition, when we're seeing photos of the victim's remains in cadaver bags found in his car, you know, I gotta parrot what Mona said, the courtroom sketch artist. He really is off on another plane.
What's even more strange is that as authorities were searching through David's home after finding Celeste's body, not only did they find the chainsaws, the burn cages, the pool, but they also found jugs of fake blood.
Fake
in David's
blood?
garage.
The heck?
Jugs of fake blood found in David's house.
Yeah, I forgot if those were used in his music videos, which they were, but like, why just on standby?
So, one of the LAPD criminalists who took the stand to testify, it came out during her testimony that during their search of David's garage, about a week after the car was found with the victim's remains in the front trunk, they found jugs of red liquid in his garage. So obviously they went ahead and they tested it, came back negative for blood.
Okay.
Turns out it was fake blood, and it was being used for music merchandise that was being created
Or he
in his
was
garage.
using that for music.
When I heard that, I thought back to some of the background research that I did before these hearings started. I watched his music videos, I watched his interviews, I looked up concert photos, I looked up his biography, and I was struck at the time by music videos, a couple of David's hits actually, where he's wearing what looks like a white t-shirt stained with fake blood. So I'm wondering if that was in fact the merchandise that was being created in his garage. And I'm wondering too if that might set up a narrative for the defense to argue that certain suspicious items, right, like burn cages, chainsaws, fireproof mats, if that might have actually been there in his home for a music video or merchandise.
During the third day of the preliminary hearing, the private investigator Steve Fisher was actually ordered to leave the courtroom by the prosecutor. This was for a number of reasons. Number one, Steve Fisher was actually one of the grand jury witnesses over the months before David was arrested. And he had allegedly also spoke to Patrick Steinfeld, who is the attorney for the family of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, in the lobby during the hearing. Steve Fisher was hired by the owner of the home that David was staying in before he got arrested, and he's been looking into the case for a while and actually did an interview with the creator Gideon and revealed some very interesting information on
Oh yeah, I remember.
Mainly the fact that from what he's investigated, Celeste's parents and family had known for a while that she would run off and stay with David. That
But if
she
both
had
the
some
families
sort of
knew,
relationship
then why
or
didn't they do
friendship
anything?
At the very least, with David, which makes this case that much more disturbing.
Do you think the family is as quiet as they are because they knew who David was and they knew who she was going to, and you don't really see too much of an intervention between them?
I mean, yes, I have proof that family members have been to that rental house before. I've been with David and Celeste.
Wait, her family has been to his house?
Family
There's
members.
no way.
Listen, one of the first things I put down in this case was a build. We know that David and Celeste were at Six Flags on a certain date, and we found a Build-A-Bear certificate from the Build-A-Bear place in Six Flags in her cousin's name at the house. You know, and so it's like, wait a minute, so she wasn't really missing. You know what? You want to know, in my opinion, what the missing persons report was about? It was to cover their ass so CPS didn't come in and say, "Hey, she's not going to school. What's up?" If she's a missing person, you say she's not going to the school because she's a missing person. You know, then you don't have CPS in your life at that moment. You know. Listen, I sympathize. I know that they're grieving. I know they lost a daughter, but goddamn, like she shouldn't have been allowed to be. She was gone a year and a half, man. A year and a half. Like somebody should have said, you know, maybe we shouldn't be letting Celeste live
Exactly, bro.
like this.
Now, this is so incredibly sad to think about for a multitude of reasons. Number one, David was a shy, homeschool kid with not many friends as he grew up. He quickly launched into superstardom at a very young age and went from having nothing to everything at the snap of a fingers. He befriended a child while he himself was 18 years old, obviously had a very demented sense of what a healthy relationship should look like, inappropriately engaged with a minor, and used his power to cover up the entire thing. If what the evidence presented is true, David was the golden goose. He was earning millions of dollars for a multitude of different people. He was flying a child to London simply because
yeah,
he
the
had
UK.
financial resources to do so, and people around him who were incentivized to cover up his mess for financial gain. And when it's all said and done, and that
By the way, a flight to London? Oh, it's 7 hours from here. Who knows how much it'll be from California? Like, bro.
a young child lost her life, whether or not it was David who committed the crime, all parties involved believed that his power, influence, and finances would be enough to absolve him from the consequences and wipe her memory off the face of this earth. Let's just pray that her family can get the justice they so rightfully deserve. On March 28th, 2020.
Exactly, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. No, yeah, that was actually a good video. That was actually a good video. I don't think I'm gonna post it though. I did not like that video. Well, actually, I did. There's informational stuff like that. You got my point. But I don't even care. But yeah, rest in. As I said on the last video we did about David, rest in peace to Celeste, and I hope her family does get the justice she needs, the justice they need. So yeah. Anyway. Moving on from Mario Maker 2, I want to do Mario Sunshine. Well, I just actually want to grind Mario Sunshine. We don't have to start over. Yeah, but this game sucks whenever I'm like... Oh, I accidentally picked the original game, but okay. Alright. Okay. Sources, Nintendo Switch device, activate. What the heck? Oh, it turned off. Instead of using the controller I usually use, I'm gonna use this old Pro controller I have. Yeah, this old one, but I haven't seen it in a while. Does it even connect? It does connect. Okay. Alright, lock in. I haven't been in this game in a while, bro. You know what? Fine. Okay. Hold up. Okay. There we go. Okay, just like that. Alright. Really tough being mad, don't you think? What the? Wow. Those dudes have to use for ouch. What the heck was he sending me? How do I even start? Let's see. It's too high, can't get any close. Let's see. What about these guys? Thanks to the mayor, everyone was evacuated safely. The mayor himself. Huh. Oh my gosh. No, 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 no! Are you serious? Okay, at least it wasn't a game over. Yeah, at least it wasn't a game over, bro. I want to know. I want to figure out what to do there. Whoa. Alright. Oh, I think I know. Oh my god. Oh, down here. Oh my gosh. Like, come on, bro. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so I see something on the ground. I see it. But are you serious? How do I make that jump? Oh my gosh. Yo, this is why Mario Sunshine was a failure, bro. Come on, I gotta do this, bro. Okay. Please, yes. No! Come on! I hate this level, bro. And that just sends me back. Oh! Bro. Actually, piss me off. What? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna come back and better. I'm gonna come better and better. Oh, hold up. I can just use the hover nozzle. Are you serious? I forgot about the nozzle. Yeah, let me get Rocket. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I love like rocketing around the city. Easy. Okay, let's do that. Oh my gosh, I don't have it. I don't have blood. I forgot. I'm actually scared. Yo, I hate this level. No, I'm doing something else just because of that. I didn't even know I couldn't long jump. Okay. Oh wait, I wanna wait, no. There you go. Alright. Oh, I can't even watch it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wait, let's go here. Oh, Shadow Mario? Alright, bet we got this. Alright, where's it? Where the heck did they go? I found the water. Are you serious? Let's see. Oh, I can't get up there. Yo, where could this clown be? Although I hear him. I'm probably gonna get rocket nozzle before I keep going. Ah, yeah, over here. There we go. Guess who's back? Oh, I see him. Oh my gosh, dude, he got away. Oh, I see him. Oh, he went down. Come on, but okay, at least I gotta recharge. Oh! Okay. Got him. Dude, why does this guy think he could run away from me, but I found you? Mana mana mana. Mana mana mana. Oh, I got him! Wait, what the heck? Wait, I think I can... Oh, I got him. Easy. Okay, Sean? No! Oh, okay, bro. Oh my gosh. No! If I ever played this game, if I was alive back in 2002, I would have played this game and I would have played it. Okay, got it. And we got the shot. China! 44. Okay. Let's run it back. Yoshi's Fruit Adventure. Where the heck is Yoshi and where's his food adventure? Wow. Wow, are you serious? Oh, hold on. I can just go over here. There we go. Can I make that jump? Oh! Okay. Alright. Okay. Go. Got him. Oh wow, what the heck? Now what does Yoshi want? A pineapple. Where do I find a pineapple? Wait, hold up, I have an idea. So, 1, 2... Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Wait, so what do I find a pineapple here? Okay. Oh! Not these. Okay. What the heck? Where'd it go? Oh, all the way over there. There we go, refresh. How am I supposed to get a pineapple? I think I can manage. Bro. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I made it. Come on, no! Well, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing this, bro. Mario Sunshine sucks, gang. Oh my gosh. Son. Come on. Okay, anyway. I don't want to do Sunshine. I don't want to do Sunshine, bro. Yo, I regret putting that in the agenda, bro. But anyway. Yeah, I think we're gonna stream now. 3 hours, 45 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty close to 4 hours, I guess. But anyway. If you're new, trying to be sure to pull up stream twitch.tv/JaydenIQ. Also, I will be grinding Danganronpa videos, so be sure to go ahead and stay tuned for that. And see you in the next stream. Peace, 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 peace.